Welcome back. I'm Brandon, the HBAR Bull, and I do some contract work for the HBAR Foundation. Several months ago, we interviewed Jamie Burke of Outlier Ventures about their Hedera startup incubator called Hedera Base Camp. Today, we welcome Haya from Outlier, as well as a couple of the founders from the first round of the accelerator, Marcel from HashGuild and Lewis from Mawari. Welcome, everybody.
Hi,
Hello,
Brian.
thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I'm looking forward to this. So, to start off, Haya, can you just tell us about the Hedera Base Camp mission?
Yeah, of course. So I'll talk a little bit about Outlier Ventures as a whole and then specifically about our Hedera Base Camp. So at Outlier, we accelerate any companies that are building on Web3. And we like to call it accelerating the open metaverse because the metaverse for us really covers everything. And I think part of our partnership with Hedera was making sure that we cover all of these different aspects of the open metaverse. And Hedera is really was a perfect protocol, especially when it came to the distributed ledger technology's ability to cater towards enterprise use cases, for example, or just the ability kind of to have, to support micropayments, which allows us to think of a more accessible open metaverse. And that was kind of our philosophy with partnering with Hedera. And as you mentioned, we just wrapped up our first program and we're recruiting currently for our second one that starts in September, with the hopes to really find the right sorts of companies that are building maybe bridges between TradFi and DeFi, or companies that are building the necessary infrastructure for Hedera to become, a more prominent protocol when it comes to NFTs, or we're also looking at various enterprise use cases or, the bringing enterprise into the metaverse. And of course, sustainability is a big one with Hedera. So we're excited to see what comes up, what comes through that.
Yeah, we're excited to have, teams like Outlier Ventures who are familiar with building these kind of tech startups and giving them a little bit of help right off the bat. So let's hear about some of these use cases. Marcel, can you give us a quick pitch on HashGuild?
Sure. So for those who are dialing in, listening, and might have seen some announcement from last week's, HashGuild is actually a NFT marketplace and launchpad provider on Hedera Hashgraph. And we went public last Monday, just a couple of days ago. Right now, since we're live, I think we had approximately 1 million HBAR already being transacted. And we are actually the first marketplace that's completely public. So every creator, every artist out there has the potential and has the right to list their NFT, list their art, and actually make it tradable. And I think that's something exciting also for the overall Hedera NFT ecosystem that is highly growing at the moment. Plus, for our main vision itself, I think we consider ourselves a little bit more than just a marketplace provider, as we really want to aim to become the #1 NFT infrastructure provider. So actually, every tool that is highly connected to the overall user experience from the creators as well as from the collector's side, to make this Hedera ecosystem as exciting as, for example, Solana, Ethereum at the moment, with a lot of toolings out there, a lot of support, and we just want to build and bring the Hedera NFT ecosystem to the next level.
Sure. Now, there's a few NFT marketplaces in the Hedera space. What's the differentiator for HashGuild?
So, as shortly actually addressed, our main goal is obviously being completely transparent and also public. So, what we are aiming for is having the full variety of any kind of NFTs on our marketplace and inside this ecosystem. Maybe as a short add-on to that, so that you might get an understanding of what we're talking about, maybe a short question. How many token IDs do you think do already exist on Hedera? Just from the NFT perspective. How many different token IDs?
Oh,
So where at least
gosh.
one NFT is listed under.
Yeah, I would say it's it's definitely in the thousands, maybe tens of thousands.
Well, we don't have those numbers, but what we have is basically we have more than 7,000 different token IDs right now on HashGuild in our system registered. So that's a lot, and I think
Yeah.
there's more coming up. So yeah, I'm really excited. And yeah, for us also the main value is building user centric. I mean, we actually came to Hedera by DAO voting.
Mhm.
So when we came into the space with our own NFT project, we literally let the community members vote on which chain we are going to mint our collection. And out of nowhere, those Hedera folks entered, and yeah, here we are now building products for the ecosystem and for the users. And this is our road. This is our mission: building user centric, always in the center. I mean, what else are we building products and services for? If it's not for the users and for the overall ecosystem. And yeah, I think those are just yeah a few short kind of core values we're representing with HashGuild at the moment and also in the future.
Oh, very exciting. Okay, Lewis, what's Mawari bringing to market?
Okay, so we're not live yet. We're at the testnet level. We're building a content delivery network for 3D content. We've basically rendered the 3D content on the cloud and then stream it to mobile XR devices. How Hedera fits into this ecosystem is, well, we need really fast second latency critical validation. So, for example, if you have an end user that wants to watch a 3D NFT and it's a kind of like a augmented reality experience, we need to validate the full ID and okay, if is the right node rendering the content, etc., etc. And we cannot wait for 5 minutes and have like astronomical gas fees just for that. So this is why it really fits into place here, because then the user maybe needs to wait for 1 second, 2 seconds, and then the experience is ready to go for them.
All right, so I saw some of the graphics on your website. How are the people that are on there? How are they rendered?
Let's think about a use case. Let's say we have these digital humans that are assistants, which is probably what you saw in the website. So these digital assistants are actually AI with an AI backend powered humans, so you can have a real-time conversations. This type of 3D CGI is very heavy. It cannot be rendered by the devices, so it needs to live in a powerful server that has a good GPU, like an NVIDIA RTX 390. And in order to actually have a real-time conversation, you need to have that like server and device minimal latency. See, so as we have in this Zoom conversation, I mean, the digital human needs to understand your speech, then process the answer, and then shoot back the speaking what is their actual answer. So all that happens within less than 32 milliseconds at our best benchmark, and is delivered in augmented reality, and it's every frame is refreshed and rendered in real time.
Oh, that's impressive. So, Lewis, what did you learn from your experience with Outlier Ventures?
With Outlier Ventures, well, it was very good to align on, okay, so first of all, what's the value of Hedera and how it fits into our ecosystem? That was a big win. Second, more on the market fit as a network, because we started as a product company, more Web2 oriented in creating this streaming technology, but we saw the need of having a more fair content delivery network per se, because right now we have the Web2 model, the hyperscalers, which is they want to take it all, and sometimes it's not the best way to to actually go about business model. So with Web3, we learned a lot how we can align incentives from all parties, from content developers, um, server providers, telcos that also provide connectivity for this low latency and have a very healthy ecosystem.
I gotcha. So, Marcel, what did you get out of the base camp?
Actually, when we entered, I mean, it's always, the kind of approach what you take from, like venture capital, those kind of different schemas behind it. Either you want to do it or you want to stick to bootstrapping. Like there are various options you want to go for. Daniel and me, like both like founders of HashGuild, like we've been building together since a few years, different products, different services out there, not in Web3, but still in Web2, having made the transition over here. And for us, it's always, we want to build scalable products. We want to make a big impact in this fast evolving ecosystem. And I think that was first kind of indicator that OV might be a good choice. But on the other hand, also, when you're talking about scaling fast or building a product like really top notch, it's all about, access to a certain network of investors, of experts. It's also about the exchange of knowledge. So also, of course, we also do know that we are not like, the masters of the masters. We also have to learn a lot. And therefore, always having this conversation, having a kind of sparring partner beside them, like that's amazing. And especially in the case of tokenomics, this helped us a lot. And I think we made so far a pretty good start and heading in the right direction.
Good to hear. Good to hear. So, Haya, Outlier Ventures does this for several different platforms, but I'm sure there were some lessons learned to come out of the first cohort of teams and startups in the accelerator. What were some of the lessons learned from Outlier Ventures?
Yeah, I think well, first of all, I think kind of part of what's cool about OVs, it's a little bit like a collective brain. And every cohort that graduates, we learn from the cohort as well. And then the like collective OV brain becomes richer. And then the next startups that come in, we're able to provide, hopefully more insight and be that sparring partner that Marcel was talking about. I think this cohort, like the timing was interesting, just with the market changes and everything going on around that. And I think it wasn't necessarily like a new lesson, because Outlier Ventures existed in the first kind of crypto bear market as well. But it was just a reminder that at the end of the day, business fundamentals are business fundamentals, and to really sort of remind our companies to focus on that, and to not only look at, all of the different mechanisms of Web3 and growing in Web3, but also the kind of structure as a company that you need to survive. So I think that's something maybe like this cohort we focused a lot more on. The second thing I would say is that this was actually our first Hedera program, so it was also a learning lesson for us to like really understand like the Hedera community, what the different use cases are. So I think as an organization, and definitely just myself, I've got a much better handle as to what Hedera can provide. So I think that's one of the things that we're probably going to be better at showcasing right off the bat.
Good point. Good point. So, Lewis, what would your advice be for other startups and founders building in the space?
Well, Haya made a very valid point. We joined the base camp, Hedera Base Camp, at the middle of the market shift. It was very interesting times, and it's really all about focus and believing on your vision, and that's what will get you through. Like, just focus, keep building, and the quality projects will always stand out from the smoke screen. And there's always room and capital for these startups that make value, like HashGuild, that I see that since the last time we had the progress report as a group, as a cohort, now they are live. So that's quite impressive. So that's cool to hear.
Yeah, just build real value and the users will come. Marcel, what would you pass on to builders?
So Luis, thanks a lot for this short recap. And I also do have to say, like, this is definitely something we always have to keep in our minds. Like, the good projects, those who also see their project as also like a process into building a company, they will always, be there to a certain extent, because they value. At the end of the day, you have those Web2 conceptualism in there. You have to do your calculation, you have to do your, you have to run a business, and it's the same with your team members. You have to be on track with them. There's not that much big of a difference on the typical operational part. However, what I would say, and that's also the beauty of Web3, is we are so close to our user base. And I think the most important thing we can do, whoever is building a Web3 business, is really listen and talk to your users. And because this is the most important and most crucial thing we've done since the beginning, and we're super happy that we've done it, and we will continue with it. That's the best thing we've actually done. Like, listen and talk to the users, because they are going to be the paying customers as well. They're going to be that will use the service and the products we are building for in this ecosystem. And I think, like, that's the main message. Keep listening, keep building on what's really needed and what users are telling you.
Yeah, so you guys are doing a fantastic job. Outlier's also doing a great job, but the HBAR Foundation is also there to support you guys. On Thursday, we're doing a pitch event where we bring together startups like you guys and capital allocators, venture capital and things like that. That one's pretty much all full, but we have another one coming in September, and we're planning on doing these monthly. If you're interested in doing that, you're more than welcome to come on at any time. Just go ahead and contact me or Min with the HBAR Foundation, and we'll get you on. And if you have any more information coming out, I'm more than happy to do videos like this, or we can do AMAs on Twitter under the HBAR Foundation, whatever you guys would like.
Thanks a lot. And really looking forward to the future of our great ecosystem.
Yeah. All right. So, Haya, do you have anything else in closing that you'd like to pass on to the community?
Yeah, if you're building something exciting and you have a project and you have an idea of your product market fit, but you really want to take it to the next stage, definitely apply. We're always available for conversations if you're sort of exploring what that fit would look like. The way I view this, and you mentioned the HBAR Foundation as well, is like we're all partnering together for a common goal to like create a richer ecosystem, to create a stronger and more open metaverse. So, if you think that we could be the right partners for you, definitely reach out. If you think you could, you have a lot of experience and you could be great mentors, definitely reach out. And if you just want to connect to people in the ecosystem, I'm always, looking to connect and exchange ideas, because that's how we all learn together.
All right, good stuff. Lewis, do you have anything else you'd like to pass on?
Yeah, just as I mentioned before, just keep on building. Let's build the ecosystem together. It is early stage for Web3, but I think it's all about like helping each other as a community. That's also something I learned from Basecamp, like founders to founders. Like, you cannot build everything, so it's better to find the companies that are aligned with your mission and vision, and build together the ecosystem.
Yeah, we're seeing that across the board in the space. It's a big community, and there's a lot of people building, and there's a lot of people that can help each other in reaching their goals. So, Marcel, do you have any final thoughts before we let you go?
Maybe in respective to Outlier Ventures. If you guys want to apply to OB for the next cohort, also feel free to reach out to us. We went through it. We know how it feels like, how the pressure is getting more intense now. Just kidding. But feel free to shoot a message over. Always happy to have a conversation with you all about it. And happy building and looking forward to this growing ecosystem.
All right. Well, with that said, what's the best way to reach you?
Basically, easy as always. Go via Twitter at HashGuild or at HBAR_Panda. That's my personal account. I'm also on Discord, same Discord name, basically, HBAR_Panda. Try out Discord, or feel free to reach out through our support on our website. You're more than welcome. And happy to support on any measures.
All right, that works. Lewis, how about you? What's the best way to reach Mawari?
Best way to reach Mawari through Twitter. We're at Mawari JP. Also, we're in Discord as Mawari. And also, if more traditional LinkedIn works, we also are on LinkedIn as Mawari. So you can look us up and we'll be happy to answer any questions.
All right. So thank you guys so much for coming and good luck.